What the heck is print on demand? Ever thought about earning a little bit of cash on the side but not quite sure where to start? Well, what if I told you that you can start a side hustle from the comfort of your home, and all for almost $0? It's possible, and today I'm going to show you exactly how you can do that with a method called print on demand. We're going to talk about what print on demand is, and then have a look at how you can get started with this process today. And at the end, we'll also take a look at how much money you can actually earn using this method. If you're new to this channel, a big welcome to you. I'm Daniel, and I've turned my Etsy print on demand stores into a six-figure business, which now earns me passive income on the side. I also have a master's degree in business and have spent my career teaching at some of the biggest consulting and tech companies around the world. And now I'm using what I've learned throughout my career in the business world to help show you how you can earn passive income using print on demand. So let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. Alright, let's start with that all-important question. What in the world is print on demand? Imagine that you're the owner of a really cool new sandwich shop in town. Now, instead of having ready-made sandwiches just laying out, ready to be purchased, you focus specifically on made-to-order sandwiches. That means that the sandwiches aren't actually created until someone places an order. But here's the twist that makes your store so unique. Once an order is placed, it's not actually you that is in charge of putting together the sandwich. Instead, you have a secret weapon, a master sandwich maker that springs into action as soon as someone places an order. They look after all of the inventory, they toast the bread, they put on all of the different meats and cheeses, they package it up, and they send it out to the customer. All done for you. Well, what's on your plate then? Well, you're in charge of crafting that menu of sandwiches. You're also in charge of making sure that that storefront of your shop looks really professional and inviting. And you're also ensuring that all of your customers are so happy with their sandwiches that they're going to be dying to come back and have more. With each order, your customer receives a freshly made sandwich, and you don't have to worry about inventory, wastage, investing a lot of time and money up front. All you really need to focus on is making sure you have a professional storefront and ensuring your customers are happy. And in the world of e-commerce, this is actually what print on demand is all about. Just as your master sandwich maker would, a print on demand provider will actually work with you to store all of the inventory, print products once an order actually comes in, fulfill that and ship that straight to the customer that purchased it, all without you having to worry about it. So that's all fine and good, but how does this actually work in real life? Well, you'll create a storefront on an e-commerce platform such as Shopify, for example, or on a marketplace such as Etsy, eBay, Amazon. Those are some of the better known examples. Once that's done, you want to sign up with a print on demand provider and integrate your account with your new storefront. There are a bunch of print on demand providers out there, so please feel free to do some research. What I would specifically suggest you look into are three of the biggest ones, and those are Printify, Printful, and Gelato. Now, I personally have seen most success by opening stores on Etsy specifically and integrating it with Printify as my print on demand provider. But there is definitely no wrong or right way to pick a platform and also a print on demand provider. There's loads of them out there. And I think ultimately it comes down to personal preferences and what your goals also are. So I would definitely recommend that you go out there and do some research to understand what the different pros and cons are of each one. I'll also soon be releasing a new video where I discuss the pros and cons of the different print-on-demand providers out there and my honest take on each one. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to subscribe below. Once that is all set up, you then next want to start doing research into what kind of designs people are actually interested in purchasing. You then want to create your own unique designs and then upload them to products via your print-on-demand provider. And you can put your designs on all sorts of products these days. You can print on shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, posters, or even on things like dog shirts, for example. And so once your products have been set up and sent to your storefront, so in my case it's usually Etsy, then you're good to go. So let's say a customer stumbles upon one of your products on Etsy, they really like it, and they decide to buy it. As soon as they place that order, you'll get a little notification saying an order has been placed, but that order is then automatically sent to Printify. They'll then take that order, they'll print the design on the product, they'll box it up, and they'll ship it out to the customer. So that means that Printify actually takes over a lot of that hard work for you, meaning that you're left with doing the research, creating designs that people actually want to buy, looking after your storefront, and dealing with customer service. Now let's talk dollars and cents, or whatever currency you're into. I know that getting your head around how you can actually make money using this print-on-demand process can be a bit confusing, so let's break it down. Let's say that that customer from earlier purchased that t-shirt from me for $25, and I also charged $5 for shipping. Now as soon as that order is placed, that money lands in my Etsy payment account. As soon as Printify receives that order and starts fulfilling it, they will then charge me for the cost and the shipping of the shirt. So let's say the shirt costs $13 and they charge $5 for shipping. The difference between the revenue that you made from the sale and the cost of the shirt is ultimately the profit that you are left over with. So in this case, $12. Now that might not sound like a lot, but guess what? It's all automated. Once you've connected your bank details to Etsy and to Printify, that's all done for you. That means that Etsy will send you the money that you've made from all of the sales you've made, and Printify will automatically deduct the costs from the shirts, meaning that you're then just left with the profits. And since everything is automated, you could literally be making money whilst you're asleep, or binge watching your favorite Netflix show, or watching more of my videos. Something to keep in mind, however, is that marketplace platforms such as Etsy do charge a fee as a percentage of the sales that you're making. And they'll always deduct those before they actually land in your payment account. Now the good news is that there's some really great tools out there that can make your life a lot easier when it comes to doing this. And one of those is one that I actually use on a daily basis, and that's Everbee. I don't only use this tool to understand my profit margins, but also to do my research and a lot more. I would definitely encourage you to check them out. They have a free Chrome extension, so you might as well. So as you can see on the screen now, I've opened up the Everbee Etsy Profit Calculator. And this is a great tool because it allows you to really experiment with different numbers to understand how much profit you can actually make. So let's use the numbers that we experimented with earlier. Let's say that I was selling this shirt for $25 and I was going to charge $5 for shipping. Under costs, we said that the shirt was going to cost $13. That's actually pretty realistic. And shipping cost is $5. And that is the shipping cost that Printify will charge us. And now over here on the right hand side, you can see a breakdown of exactly the profit that you would make along with the Etsy fees. So you can see up here, our revenue, that's how much we made, is $30. Down here, you can see the total fees are $3.30. Those are the Etsy fees. And right at the bottom, you can see that the net profit you would make if you charged this amount is $8.70. Remember, Etsy's cut is the price that you pay for using their marketplace. They're not a charity after all. If you feel like you're learning something, please feel free to like this video, but don't feel pressured to if you don't want to. So we've talked a lot about print on demand, but seeing is believing, right? So how about we do a very quick demonstration of how you can actually go about starting your print on demand business today. The first thing that you typically want to do is create your e-commerce store. So for example, you could go to Etsy and create your new Etsy storefront. For the sake of today's example, we're going to assume that I've already done that. And we're now going to head over to the next step, which is all about creating your account with a print on demand provider. So what I've done is I've gone ahead to Printify and I've created a brand new Printify account. Now what I want to do is I want the Printify account to be able to speak to my Etsy storefront. So we need to integrate those two. I'm going to go up here to the top left and I'm going to go and add a new store. And on this page, you can connect whatever e-commerce stores you'd like. So I want to connect my Etsy store. So I'm going to select this button here. And as you can see, congratulations, you've connected your Etsy store. Fantastic, we're good to go. Now, the next step of what we want to do is we want to start creating products. As you can see here under my products, this is currently empty. I've not created anything yet. Let's change that. I'm going to go over to my catalog where you can see all of the different products that Printify offers. And let's say for the sake of this example, I've already got a design that I now want to print on a t-shirt. I'm going to go to men's clothing and to t-shirts. And I'm going to pick this t-shirt right here, which is a very popular t-shirt type. As soon as you open this, you're now going to see a whole bunch of different print providers. So this is quite unique about Printify in that they're actually more of a marketplace of different printing companies. And what you need to do is you need to select one of these printing companies and create your product with them. There's lots of different ones and they all have a little rating provided to them, which can give you some indication of the quality you can expect from them. My personal experience, I've worked quite a lot with Monster Digital, but my personal favorite is SwiftPOD. So we're going to go ahead with SwiftPOD. We're going to click on Start Designing. This will now open up a design page, which I can use to upload my design. So I've uploaded my design. You can now see it on this t-shirt. You can now move this around. You can scale it to however you want. So I'm going to make it a bit smaller and a bit higher up like that. There, that looks fantastic. I can now go and also choose which t-shirt colors I would like to offer. I'm going to just stick with the white for today's example. And then I'm going to click on Save. And then once you've done that, you want to get your listing ready to be published on Etsy. And so on this page here, you have the opportunity to customize what images or mockups are going to appear on the listing. You have the option to customize your title and your description, as well as the shipping information and any pricing information that you want to provide as well. So you actually have the opportunity to customize pricing to whatever you may want it to be, which you can do down here in the pricing area. Now, there's quite a lot that can go into optimizing your listings to make them really great listings on Etsy. It's quite a lot to cover. We're not going to have time to cover that in today's video, but do be sure to subscribe. I'm going to be doing a full step-by-step guide on how to go from creating your Etsy store all the way through to publishing your first listings and optimizing them so that they're suitable for the Etsy algorithm. But once you're happy with your listing, I would always suggest clicking on Hide in Store. What that will do is instead of publishing it straight to your Etsy store, it will first send it to your Etsy store and save it into your drafts, which is usually good because it means you can play around with your listing before you hit publish. For now, we're going to tick Hide in Store and we are going to click on Publish. And as soon as I do that, this listing is now getting sent over to Etsy, ready to be finalized and published. It's as easy as that. Now that was just a really quick and dirty explanation of what print on demand is and how you can use a provider such as Printify to get your store up and running. I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bit more to it if you do want to do this successfully, but there's absolutely nothing stopping you from starting to play around with this today. But there you have it, folks. You now know the basics of print on demand and how you can get started with it today. It's now up to you to think about whether this is something you may be interested in. If you're thinking, yes, Printify is for me, then that's great. If it is something you're interested in, then feel free to subscribe to my channel so that we can go through your print on demand journey together.